I kidding, Miguel? How am I going to start a journal on the computer if I don't even remember how to use one?
It's not hard, Charity. I'll show you how.
Wouldn't you know that Charity would come up with some new trick to get Miguel to lean all over her?
If it were your idea to write a personal journal on the computer, it would be a trick, Kay. But Charity's not like you. She really wants to do it to get her memory back.
Yeah, so she says.
Charity doesn't need a trick to get Miguel. She's already got him.
If you weren't my best friend, Simone...
Oh, my God.
What?
He's here. He just walked in.
Who? Oh, your bad boy.
Hi, Chad.
Oh, hey, guys.
Excuse me, but I'm in the middle of a crisis here. You could at least try to act like you care.
Is he flight or what?
Remembering your mom working on a computer has to be a good sign.
You think so?
Absolutely. And who knows? I mean, this could be the beginning of the memory breakthrough you've been waiting for.
I hope so, Miguel. I would give anything to remember how things used to be before the fire.
So would I.
If this works and little orphan Annie gets her memory back, I will never get Miguel. I can't let this happen.
What is it, Mrs. Crane?
We have to talk.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
I have something important to tell you. Oh, Sam. I'm so glad you're here. I love you so much.
You're not well. You fainted. I think you should go lie down.
I'm fine. When you hear what I have to say, you'll understand.
Well, I think you've said enough already. I mean, your husband and your son almost heard what you were telling me earlier.
You mean when I told you that I loved you?
Don't talk like that. That was in the past.
The past is what keeps me awake at night, Sam. The past is what I think of first thing in the morning. The past is what keeps me going.
I mean, you're close to my wife. I know she thinks of you as a confidant. What's going on with Mrs. Crane these days?
Going on, Mr. Crane?
She hasn't seemed herself lately. She's behaving erratic, not of character. Huh? Haven't you noticed?
No, she seems the same to me.
I hope Sam Bennett's still here. I forgot to tell him something.
What if Ivy's out there with Sam? Mr. Crane, wait! You can't go out there.
Why on earth not, Pilar?
Answer me, Teresa. Tell me that you were going to give up on the idea of that you and Ethan were meant to be together.
I guess so.
Do you really mean it this time? Because, you know, you have said it before, and something has always happened to make you get right back on that Ethan track again.
No, I mean it, Whitney. I know that Ethan and I can never be together. It's over.
Finally.
Hey, Teresa.
Ethan. What are you doing here?
I'm here because of you.
What did you just say?
I said I'm here because of you.
Did you just say you're here because of me?
Yes, I did, Teresa.
Come on in.
Thanks. Hey, Whitney.
I'm just telling it like it is. If Ethan Crane ever so much as laid a finger on my sister Teresa, I'd kill him.
Man, you've got a serious hate on for that guy, don't you?
Yeah, you bet I do.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of
Okay, now we've given your file a name.
My journal.
Yep. Anytime you want to call it up again, all you have to do is click on this little folder, see? Then double-click on My Journal, and there it is on the screen.
All right. I think I can handle that. Thanks, Miguel.
No problem.
I think I can handle that. Thanks, Miguel. What a phony.
If it's killing you to watch, Kay, then don't look.
I can't help it, Simone. I'm in love with him.
I know, but you're torturing yourself. And right now, Miguel is totally turned around by Charity, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Don't say that. I can't give up.
But you've tried everything, and nothing has worked. You just have to back off.
No way. There's no way I'm going to let Charity take my boyfriend away from me.
But Miguel's not your boyfriend. If you're hooked up with anyone, it's Reese.
Oh, thanks so much for bringing that up right now. That is just what I want to think about.
You're gonna have to do more than think about it, Kay. He's here and he's headed right this way. Hi, Reese.
Hi, Simone. Kay,
Hello, Reese.
this is for you.
What?
Well, I was walking by the flower shop and I saw it and it reminded me of you and how pretty you looked last night.
Oh, Reese bought you a flower, Kay? That's so sweet.
Very smooth, bro.
You better get that in some water, Kay. You don't want it to wilt or anything.
Right.
You're gonna have to put on a better front than that, or everyone's gonna realize how you really feel.
So what? You know, what do I have to lose anyway? I must have been really terrible in a previous life or something. First Charity comes along and she ruins every hope and dream I ever had. And now Reese Durkee is walking around like he's Hugh Grant.
It's not his fault. You created the monster yourself when you kissed him at the Halloween dance.
I only kissed him because my brat sister Jessica had Reese and Miguel switch costumes, and I thought Reese was Miguel.
You and I know that, but Reese doesn't.
The worst part is neither does Miguel. Did I tell you what he said to me after he saw the kiss? He said that Reese and I looked like such a hot item that no guy would even think about asking me out. That includes him, Simone.
Stop torturing yourself, Kay. You have to give it some time.
I don't have any time. If Charity takes Miguel away from me, then my whole life is just ruined.
Whatever it is can wait, Pilar. I want to catch Sam Bennett before he leaves.
Well, you had several urgent-sounding phone messages while you were in your meeting. I didn't want to interrupt you
Why
then.
do you want to interrupt me now? I always have important phone calls to return.
Well, I just
Wait,
thought that...
now. You're not yourself today, are you, Pilar?
Sir?
Are you keeping something from me, Pilar? If there was something going on with my wife, you'd be the one to know about it, wouldn't you? She confides in you. Well?
Ivy, somehow, some way, someone is going to pick up on your feelings for Chief Bennett.
I want the truth, Pilar. Is there something going on with my wife that I should be aware of?
If there were something you should know, Mr. Crane, I would tell you.
Yes, unless you're telling me were to hurt Ivy in some way, then you wouldn't say a word, would you? I guess I have to get to the bottom of what's going on with my lovely wife by myself. That's for me. Take a message.
Yes, sir. Crane residence. Oh, yes, Mr. Crane. One moment, please. Mr. Crane, it's your father.
I'll take it, Pilar. Hello, Father. How are you?
I've been better, Julian. This business with your sister Sheridan.
You heard?
Of course I heard. How could you allow her to make such a mess of things?
I didn't allow...
No excuses, Julian. You know my feelings about any publicity concerning our family.
Don't do this, Ivy. I mean, we are both married now.
I was married to Julian the last night you and I were together, too. I'll never forget it. It was my honeymoon night.
You were in pain. You needed someone.
I needed you,
Past
Sam.
tense, Ivy. Like everything else between us. And why are you dredging this up now?
Because there's things you need to know.
No, Ivy. There are things best left where we buried them years ago. And you're becoming way too reckless in front of my wife, your husband, and your son. I mean, and they would have already found out about our past relationship if the idea of Sam Bennett with the governor's daughter would have been so completely unimaginable.
It's funny. It's just the opposite for me. I can't imagine what my life would have been like without you in it. Tell me something, just between us. I'll never tell anyone else, I swear it. Don't you think about it? The way it was between you and me.
Why don't you give the Cranes a break, man? If not for them, for your own sake. Okay, I've met Ethan, and he seems like a stand-up kind of guy to me.
Well, he's not.
Why, because his last name's Crane? So's Sheridan's, and I like where she's coming from.
Like, you just like her because of her long legs and her blonde hair.
Not to mention those killer blue eyes.
Yeah, well, she's got killer instinct, too. Just like her cold-blooded brother Julian and her old man Alistair.
What is it with you and my brother Sam? You're both completely irrational when it comes to this family.
Why don't you ask your brother? I don't want to talk about them anymore.
Oh, you don't want to talk about them, but if Ethan Crane comes anywhere near your sister Teresa, you're going to have his head on a silver platter?
Look, it's not like I lie awake at night thinking it's going to happen. I'm just telling you why I wouldn't let it. Now, Teresa's a smart girl, but she's not practical. She's a dreamer.
So what's wrong with having dreams?
Well, it depends what you dream about. Now, she dreams about living the life of a Crane.
Sounds good to me.
You don't get it.
Then explain it to me.
Look, the Cranes don't know the meaning of hard work. They've had everything handed to them. Now, if Teresa wants to get somewhere, she's going to have to work hard and go to college. Stop wasting her time fantasizing about a people whose whole lifestyle is warped and corrupted. She's young and impressionable. That's why I don't want her around them. Any of them, especially Ethan.
Sheridan told me about you running with Luis at the house.
Oh.
It sounded like a close call.
Then you only came here because you felt sorry for me.
Well, I'm concerned about you and your mother. I mean, Sheridan said Luis was pretty tough on you until she stepped in.
Oh, it's not the first time my big brother's yelled at me for something. His bark is a lot worse than his bite. He's just a little overprotective of me.
That's all well and good, but what if it happens again?
It won't. I'm going to be very careful from now on.
Even so, it's dangerous. If Luis finds out that you're working for my mother, things could get really bad for you and your mother.
What are you saying, Ethan?
If this job is causing problems for your family, I'd feel terrible. We can't take that risk.
Oh, my God. You're gonna fire me again, aren't you?
Look on the bright side, Kay. At least someone likes you.
Reese Turkey is not someone. He's a loser. He's a turkey. He's a flake.
I hope you girls ain't talking about me now.
Oh, of course we're not talking about you, Chad. What are you doing here anyway?
I work here.
I thought you were working for my father at school.
No, that's still on. But I just help Beth out around here whenever I got a few spare hours. So, can I get you to anything?
No, thanks. We're fine. Speak for yourself, Kay. I would like something. I don't know what, but do you have any ideas?
Another coffee?
I know what I'm in the mood for. A float.
A float?
A coffee float. If you don't know how to make one, I'll show you.
That's okay. I think I can figure it out.
You know what? On second thought, I'd like a really strong cup of black coffee, heavy on the caffeine. I need something to recharge my mental batteries.
Okay. 1 super leaded coming right up. And 1 coffee float.
I think he likes me, Kay. He didn't have to come over to our table. And you're not listening.
I was just thinking, everything I've ever done to get Miguel to notice me has ended up backfiring and helping Charity. Gotta stop this self-destructive cycle.
The internet's incredible. You know, it's like a doorway to the whole world. I mean, you can find anything on here.
Anything? Like information on memory loss?
Oh, I'm sure. I bet there's tons. Here, I'll show you.
I have to come up with a foolproof plan to keep Charity and Miguel separated once and for all.
I've already spoken with Sheridan, Father.
A fat lot of good that did, Julian. I can see I'm going to have to cut my trip short to come home and handle things myself.
Father, that's not necessary.
Goodbye, Julian.
Your father's coming home?
Yes, and he's not at all pleased.
Dear God. Don't let Mrs. Crane say something she will regret.
I told you, Ivy. What was between us is long over and done with.
Then why haven't you told Grace about us? You would have if you didn't still have feelings.
When I first met her, she was going through a very traumatic ordeal.
I know. You saved her from the fire in Boston. I read all about it.
She lost her memory. She was very confused and shaken. I didn't want to burden her with my past.
You've had a lot of years to tell her about it since then, Sam.
Well, why would I, Ivy? Our relationship is dead. And like all dead things, it should remain buried in a deep, dark, cold grave.
Oh. Is that what you think about what we had, Sam? That it was something dead and cold and lifeless? Is it that easy for you to forget and discard?
Easy? Do you think it was easy for me? It was so painful I had to leave Harmony. I couldn't stand to be near you. And I intended to stay away forever, and Grace wanted to come back here and live.
Well, if you hadn't come back on your own, I probably would have sent for you.
Why? I mean, when you're already married to Julian.
Because there is something I have...
Ivy! What are you doing out here with Chief Bennett?
You can't keep your sister under lock and key.
Who said I wanted to do that?
Well, I just think you're being a little hard on her. You know, cutting off someone's dreams is like asking them to stop breathing.
You're making me out to be the bad guy here.
Look, all I'm saying is, you know, give your sister a little credit. You know, she's not chasing after all those dreams just for herself. She wants all those nice things for the whole family, especially your mother.
I know that. It's just that my sister Teresa has a heart the size of Texas and a spirit to go with it. That's why I gotta watch out for her.
Like your hands aren't full already protecting the good citizens of Harmony?
That's my job. Teresa's family, you know, the least I can do is make sure that she doesn't get hurt.
Even if she can look out for herself?
Come on, Hank. People like the Cranes, you know as well as I do that there is only one reason that a rich guy like Ethan Crane is even giving my sister the time of day. And it's not about a future together. It's about a romp in the hay before he finds some girl from his class to settle down with. And nobody's gonna use my sister that way. Someone tries it, and I'm not gonna be responsible for my actions.
Teresa, you think I came here to fire you?
That's what it sounds like.
No way. I know how important it is to you to keep your job working for my mother.
Thank goodness.
But I have an idea how we can resolve this problem with your brother.
I don't see how.
Let me talk to him.
You talked to Luis?
If we could just sit down like two mature adults, I'm sure we can work through whatever issues Luis has with my family.
Easy, Kay. Look what you're doing to that poor flower.
It's nothing compared to what I want to do to Charity.
What happened to the flower?
I guess I didn't put it in water fast enough.
That's okay. I'll buy you a new one.
Oh, that's okay, Reese.
Oh, I don't mind. You're worth it, Kay. I was just wondering if you'd finished your math homework yet?
Gotta be kidding.
No. I'd be glad to help you with it if you'd like. I'm one of the fortunate few who find trigonometry utterly compelling.
How nice for you. Well, thanks anyway, Reese, but math's gonna have to wait. Simone and I are working on a special project right now. A very important project.
Oh, how fascinating. Who's it for?
Well, I'd love to tell you, Reese, but it's a surprise. Simone and I don't really want to talk about it until it's done, and right now it's going through a very tricky stage. Right, Simone?
Right.
Well, I hope you know that I'm open for consultation when... or...
so hostile, Kay? Maybe you don't see Reese as a boyfriend, but he is a nice guy. Oh, well, if you like him so much, Simone, why don't you take him? I'm already taken.
Here's something about a man who got his memory back after having amnesia for over 6 months.
Let me see. It says that he started to remember things when certain sights and sounds and smells from his past seemed familiar.
That's interesting.
Well, I'm glad it worked for him, but my mom's gone. I wouldn't have any idea where to start, what kinds of things would trigger something from my own past.
I would.
I asked you a question, Ivy. What are you doing out here with Chief Bennett?
Well, Ivy was just sending her regards to my wife. I mean, she wanted me to tell Grace how much she enjoyed having us over the other night.
Oh, I see. Well, from the intent look on my wife's face, I'd have wagered she was talking about something much nearer and dearer to her heart than an aborted dinner party. In fact, I think I know the real reason Ivy came out to talk to you, Sam. It's about Ethan, isn't it?
Ethan. Why would I be talking to Sam Bennett about Ethan?
Well, you were going to tell me something important. Is it about your son?
You'd really do that for me, Ethan? Sit down and talk to my brother Luis?
I know it's a dirty, loathsome job, but somebody's got to do it. Of course I would do that, Teresa. I'm not afraid of your brother. You and your mother mean a great deal to my family.
I appreciate the offer, Ethan, but it wouldn't work.
You don't think I could hold my own with your brother?
No, it's just... If you ever tried to talk to my brother about his feelings for your family, that would just set him off and make things worse. Trust me. I know my brother.
I knew fathers were supposed to be overly protective of their little girls.
That's just it, Hank. Teresa doesn't have a father. Look, if I don't look out for her, who will?
Look, Luis, I know your father's disappearance left a big hole in your family, okay? But sometimes I think that you try a little too hard to fill in your father's shoes.
Well, somebody's got to. Our brother Antonio sure didn't want the job.
I know. I'm not putting you down.
And I'm not the only protective big brother in the world. Now, I remember your brother Sam was a little strict on you when you were growing up.
Yeah, and a lot of good that did, huh? I'm exactly the opposite of my police chief brother.
Well, you were a tough case. I expect better results with my sister Teresa.
Thanks a lot.
You said it, I didn't. I know Teresa gets mad when I'm hard on her sometimes. But at least she won't get her heart broken by some spoiled rich kid with the name of Crane. I'll bet one day she'll even thank me.
Either that or she'll hate your guts.
Luis is a great guy, but once he makes his mind up about someone, nothing anyone says or does can ever change it.
And if you tried to talk to him and he found out I was working for your mother at the Crane Mansion, I don't even want to think about what would happen.
I appreciate you two warning me about Luis's bad temper, but I'm a lawyer. I'm pretty good at getting my point across.
But he won't even listen to you because your last name is Crane.
And that's the part I have trouble with. Why does he hate my family so much?
It goes way back, I think.
You know, you guys go ahead and work this out. I'm gonna get something to drink. Does anybody want anything?
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
Thanks for the thought, Ethan. Please, leave it alone. Forget about talking to Luis.
Hey, I just remembered something you gotta see. It's in the living room.
Did you think of something that might help jog my memory?
Wait here, I'll be right back.
I wish I could hear what they're talking about.
All right, here you go.
Thanks, Chad.
You're welcome.
This is the best coffee float I've ever tasted.
Yeah, right.
Honest, it is.
All right, we'll enjoy.
Wait, I was wondering, now that you have 2 jobs, does that mean you've decided to stay in Harmony?
We'll just see how it goes, okay?
Lighten up, Simone. You're gonna scare him away acting all bug-eyed and intense like that.
I do not.
Yes, you do. Take it from me, you gotta be more subtle.
Oh, subtle. This is coming from the girl who snuck into Miguel's bedroom wearing only a teddy underneath a trench coat.
Okay, so maybe that wasn't one of my better ideas, but it was only once.
Forget it, Kay. I'm not going to take any of your advice. I'll make my own mistakes if you don't mind.
Hey, Chad. You got a copy of Cross My Heart around?
Yeah, we should have somewhere.
Would you mind putting it in? It kind of has a special meaning for me and Charity. I mean, I was thinking maybe if she heard it again, it might jog her memory.
All right, yeah, sure. Here it is. Hope it works.
Thanks, man.
You've fallen on broken words, and I am here to pick up the pieces. I know you don't believe. Just close your eyes and you'll see us. I'll always have you in my thoughts. I'll be that place where you rest, and I'll lift up my hand to my breast and cross my heart. Hope to die. I will never make you cry. Cross my heart. Hope to die. I will never tell you lies. And when you're all alone tonight, I'll be the brightest star. I'll be a light. Cross my heart. Cross my heart. Hope to die. I will never make you cry. Cross my heart. Hope to die. I will never tell you lies. And when you're all alone tonight, I'll be the brightest star.
What's going on?
This song that's playing right now?
I love it.
I hate it. It's their song. Miguel thinks it'll help trigger Charity's memory.
That's so romantic.
Whose side are you on, anyway? If Charity gets her memory back, I'll never get Miguel.
I know you feel real lost, and I will help you remember.
You couldn't be more wrong, Julian. Aside from wanting Sam to give Grace my best, I wanted to ask him a favor on behalf of the Village Improvement Society.
No. You certain you weren't discussing Ethan?
Why would I be discussing our son with Sam Bennett? No. I simply wanted to ask him if the police could post a few more keep-off signs around the flower beds in the town commons.
Since when did you give a damn about that?
Since I've noticed that the mums are taking quite a beating. I even think that the dogs are being allowed to run off-leash in the flowers.
Oh, Horace.
I'm sure you think my idea's as big a waste of time as my husband does.
No, not at all. I'll make sure the signs are posted.
You know, my wife is a constant source of amazement to me. I would have sworn she was chewing your ear off about Ethan.
Why would you say that?
Well, she's almost obsessed with the boy. Has been since he was just a little tyke, sending him off to boarding schools, you know, Europe, whatever money could buy.
Julian.
He sounds like a very lucky young man.
Well, he is. He's my son. Of course, I could have done with seeing more of him growing up. It's almost shocking how little he knows of his family's position here in Harmony.
Oh, he seems like he's a very bright young man. I'm sure he'll catch on quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. But I would have bet my AT&T stock that Ivy was out here trying to talk you into vetoing Ethan's new position as police liaison.
Didn't even come up.
Well, it's amazing, seeing how she's always tried to mollycoddle her #1 son.
Julian.
I'm sure Ivy is very proud of him, as you should be.
Well, who wouldn't be proud of a son like Ethan? He's got everything he wants. The world is his oyster. He's a chip off the old block. You know, they say you can take the crane out of Harmony, but you can't take the crane out of the crane.
Why? What's in the living room?
Mama dug up an old photo of you and me taken when we were about 6 or 7. In our Cub Scout uniforms. Wait till you see it.
Great.
You can't go in there. There is a gas leak.
Gas leak?
Yeah, Teresa was absolutely sure that she smelled it in here when we were here before. Can you and Hank check it out, please?
Sure. But I don't smell anything.
Yeah, I know. That's what made Teresa so worried. See, you know, it's very faint, but I definitely smell it. You know, I read a story about this whole house that blew up with the whole family in it, all because of a little tiny leak in the gas line.
Yeah, you're right. Better safe than sorry. Hank, you go out front and check the meter. I'll work on the stove.
I can't tell you how much your coming here means to me, Ethan.
Teresa, Luis is in the kitchen. He'll be in here any second.
Not that my life's been all that hot, but yeah, I can't even imagine what it'd feel like not to remember any of it.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough on Charity.
Yeah, but what about you? I mean, you telling me you and her were pretty tight before all this. I mean, now she don't even know you.
At least she's not as afraid of me as she was before. And if only she could remember how it was with us the first time we heard this song together.
I wish Miguel felt that way about me.
Yo, I got to split. I promised Coach Russell I'd do a few things for him after school. Good luck, man.
Thanks. Later.
He didn't even say goodbye.
Charity? The song that's playing right now, does it mean anything to you?
It's a great song, but I don't think that... Wait a minute. I have heard this song before.
Do you remember when or where or who you were with?
No. But I liked it. And I think I was really happy.
You were. We were together. I mean, can you remember any more, Charity?
No. It's too fuzzy. It's like, trying to remember a dream the first few seconds after you wake up.
This is awful. I think Charity's about to have some kind of memory breakthrough. You can't stop her, okay? Watch me.
Oh, my God!
Well, if you both excuse me, I have to get back to the station.
Well, of course, you're a busy man.
And don't worry about the flowers. I'll see to it the new signs are put up.
Thank you.
And you will talk to Ethan about the first police board meeting.
Of course. You know, your son and I didn't exactly start off on the right foot when we first met, but I'm looking forward to getting to know him better. Good day.
You look upset.
I'm fine.
I was right, wasn't I? I can't stand the idea of Ethan's new position as liaison to the police department.
Why do you keep saying that?
You're awfully distressed about something. That must be it. Don't fret, Ivy. He'll merely be sitting on the police board. He won't be jumping into the line of fire. You really must stop all this. You're gonna smother Crane instincts right out of the boy.
I would like to talk to you about that, Julian. I would like to talk to you about Ethan's Crane instincts.
Never mind fussing about Ethan now. We have more important things to talk about. Father called. He's not at all happy with Sheridan's behavior since she came home from Europe.
But Alistair's gone. How would he know?
Well, don't be absurd. You and I both know there are no secrets from Father. He knows everything that goes on in all of our lives. Never misses a trick. Excuse me, I have work to do.
Thank God there's some secrets even Alistair doesn't know about.
Well, good. It looks like Luis and I are going to have our little talk after all.
No, you can't. Luis will lose it and you'll wind up fighting. You've got to get out of here right away, please.
He can't go out front. Hank is out there.
Oh, my God. He has to hide somewhere.
I'm not going to hide anywhere, Teresa. It's not my style. I believe in facing things head on.
No, please, Ethan. I know you can hide in my bedroom. My bedroom. Your bedroom? It's the only safe place I can think of. Luis will never look in there.
I'm sorry, gas leak in here, Whitney. Maybe Teresa could be more specific about what she thinks she smelled.
Please, Ethan. For my sake, for my mother's sake.
All right, but I don't like this.
It's second door on your left.
Please hurry. What gas leak?
Well, when I saw Hank and Luis in the kitchen, I had to think of something to say. So I told them you smelled gas.
Everything seems fine outside.
Kitchen, too. There's no sign of a gas leak. What's going on around here, Teresa?
Hey, honey, it's me. No, everything's fine. I was just missing you. No. I know it's only been a couple of hours, but can a guy call his wife up tonight and invite her out to dinner? The Lobster Shack. Yes, just the two of us. Oh, now I need a reason? How about 'cause I love you? All right. I'll see you tonight, gorgeous. Bye.
Alistair may think he knows everything that goes on in this family, but he doesn't know about me, or all hell would have broken loose a long time ago.
You almost told Sam and Julian today.
Oh, I know. Sometimes it just seems like it would be worth it.
It's not. Think what you would lose. You must never tell anyone, Mrs. Crane. You and I are the only ones who can ever know about your secret.
Don't be mad at me, Luis.
Who's mad? I just don't get why you told Whitney you smelled gas. Hank and I checked and we couldn't find a trace anywhere.
That's weird. I could have sworn I smelled something. But no harm done, right?
I guess. Maybe I better check the gas valves just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, good idea. Where are they? In the basement?
No, they're in the back closet in your bedroom. Won't take me but a minute to check them out. Hit this. Head on. Afraid of Luis.
Charity. Charity, what is it?
You're incredibly girl. And then I'll finish off your sister Grace. I won't let you hurt my daughter. I won't let you hurt Charity.